Now, a lot of you guys out there, especially sea anglers, they love eating the fish they catch, but maybe the ladies in the family don't like cooking them, because when they come in from fishing, they just dump, patwang, a big fish that's not been gutted, not been cleaned, not been filleted, and a lot of women go, I don't like it, it's looking at me. Now, you can tell them that the fish is stone dead and he can't see anything through the eye because he's had his head caved in with a big stick. But for some reason, women go, ooh, it's looking at me, it's watching me with that eye. Now guys, put your foot down, don't take any nonsense. You've been out there, you've invested that manly time in trying to catch the fish. You should be able to cook it, but you may have to do it yourself. So what's the first step? Now, what I know about cooking could be written on the back of a postage stamp, but I'm living testament to the fact that the stuff I do cook, I actually do survive on. Now think of it, you're out in the desert, you're up a mountain, you're in a jungle. They don't go, shall I put some salt and pepper? I don't know, there's a bit too much cumin in there. No, they don't, do they? You cook food to eat, and that's what I do. I enjoy eating fish. Not a great fish eater, but I do enjoy eating fish, and this is one we're going to show you. But of course, first, bit of a problem. We've got to catch it. Good excuse to get that fishing boat out. High sea drifter, here we come. So when you get your cod, the first thing you want to do is gut it as soon as you can, because what goes off in most fish is not the meat of the fish, that goes off later. It's the guts that go off and they turn the meat bad. So you get yourself a nice codling, whatever you can. There are winter and a summer species around the British coast, primarily a winter salt species, hence the wrapped up gear. But this is a prime eating cod there. That's a nice fish to eat. And I'm just going to gut it here, get it in the cool box here. Well, it's not a cool box, it's freezing. This is the cool box, what I'm sitting in right here. A whole complete universal cool box. I'm going to get this gutted, the temperature, we'll keep it fresh, and then we get back in the kitchen and I'll show you how I'm going to cook it. Now the first thing you need to do is to gut that cod as quick as you can, really. Go in through the vent, as you can see, a little hole under the stomach there, and always try, if you can, to use the point of the knife and gradually cut away from me up towards the head. Then I turn it over, flip it over, and I just like to clear that back end of the vent there, just a nick of an inch or so. Now I also like with big fish to cut the stomach sac here and squeeze out the contents. So those of a squeamish disposition, turn away now, and there it is. Look at that. All fishermen know what that is, don't they? No, you don't know what that is that cod's been feeding on? Well, let me wash it off and I'll show you. It is in fact, I believe, a small spider crab, I think. Just got the one claw there, but it shows you that that cod was on the bottom, on the seabed, feeding on the bottom for crabs. So you strip out and cut out the rest of the guts, get rid of every last little bit there, because as I said earlier, it is the guts that tend to fish off. Wash it in seawater. Do not wash it up some estuary somewhere or in a marina. Some marinas ban it from cleaning fish in marinas, but you don't want any oil or petrol pollutions from any outboards there on that fish. Put it in the fish box and you're ready to get home. Well, here we are back in the totally awesome kitchen, and we have with us our good friend Colin the cod. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fillet that. I've already cleaned it, as I showed you on the boat. It's been in the fridge overnight. Now, you want a sharp knife. You can have a fillet knife, or if you've only got kitchen knives, some of them you can sharpen. This, in case anybody knows, is my grandmother's. It's called a steel, and there's lots of little fine ridges along there, and you can sharpen a blade by going crossways across them. It's sort of an old school way of sharpening. You can also use one of those special sharpening tools that you draw the blade right through, or indeed you can even sharpen like we fishermen do on what we call a whetstone with water, just sharpen it on a stone. I'll give it a touch up with this because basically it's been used on a lot of other fish. Not been used on any people yet. Okay, I'm going to start the fillet. I'm going to cut it just around the back here, up around the back of the pectoral fin, and just start running the blade gently along the backbone, just so you can feel it. We'll get these fillets off and then we'll show you the next phase. Well, I've got two nice fillets taken off this cod down here, as you can see. Nice fillets, and I'm going to trim those both up, and you would think, dump that in the rubbish. But hey, hang on, I'm a shark fisherman. that goes in the freezer, and that gets chopped up and mashed up with all my other leftover fish. And when the summer comes around, we go and catch some very big sharks, but we don't get those in the frying pan. They all get tagged and released. I'll show you how to take the skin off this fillet next. Okay, the easiest way to do it with a fillet is a nice flat board, cutting board like this. Put that one over the side actually. You start a little cut there, a little tag end, and you basically just barely get the cut going, and then when you've got enough skin to grip, keep the blade very flat. That's why I've got a nice broad blade, you know, a nice fat blade, we're going to call that, broad blade, and just slide the skin with the knife, and that should all come off and make a totally skinless fillet. Voila! There's the skin. I don't actually use that for shark fishing, and there, as you can see, it's all cleaned off. So we do the other one, just run that off, and then we can put what seasoning we want on there. And as I say, I think this one, I'm going to try a mild curry. I'm not a lover of curry, but I tell you what, on fish, it has been a boon to me. It's really given it a nice taste. It will make you want to go and catch more fish, and that really is what cooking fish is all about. There we go. How easy was that skin to come off? I'm just going to trim up these, and then they're ready for the seasoning. You can get tweezers and pull these bones out like that, or you can just trim the edges. Might look a bit raggedy, but trust me, it's still going to be eaten, isn't it? Have a wash up and then we'll trim these. Just get it on a plate, wash it off. It's all been washed in that fresh seawater anyway. There we go. And then once you drain this plate off, like this, you can just dry the fish on some paper, but I want to leave it a little bit moist so that I get, rather than even sprinkling of curry powder on there, I want to get little concentrates of it so that you get a real tang when you get a mouthful of the cod with the curry in it. Right, we're nearly ready to put the curry on there. Just a medium curry. I'm not really a hot curry lover, but something with a little bit of tang on. So we're going to get some of this down here and just, well, you can just shake it out like this and just roll it with the tips of your fingers along here like this. Tap it out. Now, there's nothing artistic about this, you know, it's got a bit of everything in there. It's got corianders, it's got cumin, a bit of onion, salt, chilli powder, it's got everything in there. But, you know, you can put everything. It's got cloves, peppers, bay leaves, cinnamon, real mixture. Just get it all over. Now, push it really hard. This is what I found. I did this with Mike's cod. He caught the last time we were out, and I really gave it a good pasting, bashing and pummeling with his powder. And it was excellent. Now you can, obviously some people coat them in egg. Don't see the need for that. I want to get the curry taste in there. And bear in mind this is a mild one, so it's not going to set you alight. I've already done this one, so I know what it's like. And you can get various types of curries, no doubt. Some people actually do like it quite hot, but I think with the fish you want to get a balance right. Probably a light to a medium curry would be about best for fish, because cod, you know, really sort of a bit of a delicate flavour. So we've got those like that. They're all ready for the frying pan now. We're going to do our vegetables now, which are going to consist of, going to put some nice peas in there, and a totally awesome, our way of doing it, sauté potato. I'll show you how we're going to do them. Okay, for making these sauté potatoes, my way, I'm going to be using these Albert Bartlett. Now these are roasting potatoes. They actually come from, well, they're grown in Aberdeenshire, so they're what I consider as a southerner where I live. These are well-travelled potatoes. They're going to get travelling in a minute. They're going to get peeled like this, and they're going to travel straight into the frying pan. So you just peel them and cut them about the size, I would suggest golf ball size, but you wouldn't want to be taking a 9-iron to any of these size pieces of potato, would you? They'd be flying off in all directions. Now you're going to have to just sort of boil these for anything 4 to 5 minutes to pre-cook them. So I'm going to get these on because it doesn't take long, and then we're going to fry them. Now I was always told, my grandmother told me, always put salt in the water, just a little pinch like this, and don't forget, all those chefy people out there won't like it, but take a pinch because it could be bad luck, and throw the rest over your shoulder. And it must be, I understand it, the right hand over the left shoulder. Oh, sorry about that. That apparently makes the boiling temperature of the water hotter when you put salt in it. We'll see that, that's bubbling away there. get it really boiling, and then we'll drop those potatoes in there. Just going to give them, say, 4 to 5 minutes just to part cook them. Well, that's well on the boil now, so carefully take the lid off and watch the steam when it comes up. Dump it in the frying pan. Just put them in very slowly. Do not throw them in from a great height, because you will splash boiling water over yourself. There we go. Now we're going to time that and give them approximately 4 to 5 minutes just to part cook them. Potatoes are well on the boil. Time is of the essence here. I put some virgin olive oil into one of the frying pans for the fish, and over here for the other frying pan for the sauté. So we don't want to put them in the same pan together. We want to try and keep them separate, otherwise we have curry potatoes, wouldn't we really? Now peas, you can either put them in a saucepan for the alleged boiling time and simmer time that it says on the packet. You can cheat. You can actually microwave them, put them in a Pyrex dish with the lid on, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I like speed. Now remember, fish cooks quickly. You need to get things plated up quickly, and this is an easy way to do it. Okay, get those peas ready. Going to put in enough there, as many as you want. That should be enough just to try it. And on top of that, I'm just going to cover those with some water. So when you first put them in, they refreeze with the water, because obviously they come out the freezer. Don't worry, they'll all melt when they go into the microwave. Put the lid on and give them 5 minutes in the microwave full power, and they can be going in now, and we'll check out, see what those potatoes are like. Okay, potatoes are done. I'm going to pour them and drain them off through the colander. Now, you're obviously not going to slice those up. Woo, that's what you call steam. They're going to be hot, so we're going to stand those, just let them cool off a second until we can slice them, and then we're going to fry them. Now I'm just going to hold this because they're still hot with a fork, and I'm just cut the... Don't go too thin with them, because they will break up in the frying pan. And look, honestly, it really doesn't matter. It's not presentation. We're doing cooking here, a la fisherman when he wants something to eat. These are now ready to go into the frying pan. So we get the oil up, get the fish ready, give this about 5 minutes, and the fish will probably only take 4 minutes. So we'll start these first. And then we're just going to slide these in. Make sure each one has a little bit of pan to itself. Sticks a bit to start with. There we go. And then what you can do is either drop the tray or just coat them quickly. That's what I like to do. Give them a bit of a coating first, and then put a lid on them, and that stops that spitting all over the place. And you've got a tiny little hole here, and that's your excess steam come out there. That's the best way to do it, I find, is with the lid. It doesn't spit everywhere, so you have less of a cleaning job. There we go. Those are browning nicely. So you can use a spatula, or you can use a pair of tongs like I do. Whatever you find's easiest to keep turning them and get them golden brown. And they've absorbed a lot of that oil there. They won't take long now. Let's get that fish on the go. Well, there we go. Those sautés are going well. Here goes our curried cod fillets. The main thing, if you've watched any of our other cooking programs with Wayne Comber, the main thing Wayne instills is put them in and do not mess with them. Fish fillets break up easily. We're going to give them a couple of 3 minutes on that side, and then turn them over, do the other side. Hit the peas in the microwave, warm them up, plates are in the oven, we're all ready to go, and hopefully this will make a nice tasty dish. Right, it's ready for turn. I'm going to use a spatula as best possible here. So I'm going to break this one, unfortunately, straight over the other side. In fact, let's cut that one in half, easier. Over it goes. Don't worry about this breaking up, because all that curry is in there. We're not dealing with presentation, we're dealing with food, for eating. With fish, always just put the oven on low and just warm those plates, because fish is notorious for going cold quickly on the plate. So we're now, final stages, ready to put it on the plates and get it straight on the table. Well, there we go, fish is on the plate, sautés are there. All that remains is just put those peas in there. Artistic talent, that should appear in the take gallery. I assure you that will be very, very tasty. And of course, I don't do a lot of seasoning other than curry. For anything else, you just salt and pepper, season to taste. Enjoy it. It's curried cod. And the next thing I want to do, yes, obviously I want to eat that, get out on my boat, High Sea Drifter, and catch another one. Enjoy it, guys. Keep watching the totally awesome fishing show, cookery section, and the catching section, and the totally awesome outdoor show.